Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all just fine and dandy. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I've mentioned that I want to get a spin pipe for my new Escape, that 15-gallon tank. Well, that's today. Got a spin pipe from Jardlii off Amazon. I also got a bigger box of theirs, which is a Inflow with a surface skimmer. I'm gonna do a quick unboxing, set this thing up, give my initial reviews, of thoughts, and the flow on it. You know, I'll go over all that stuff. But real quick, let me tell you guys something. So this was the tank from the last video. Save your potted plants. The light's not on yet. But these plants are doing very well. They're doing pretty healthy. Better than I thought, actually. There's no melt at all. There's growth, there's color. So my new plan for the next video is either to make a very, very dense, kind of Dutch style. I don't want to be a poser or nothing to say Dutch, because I know Dutch is difficult. There's a lot of rules that go along with it. So we'll say heavily planted, no hardscape tank in this. Obviously it'll look aesthetically pleasing and I'll plan it out a little bit. Or I will go just a different style, because I do have a spare Aqua Japan tank. Pardon the fishing poles there. That's another 15-gallon, the same one that's in my room from the my newest build video. So either I'll do just like a legitimate aquascape in there, put some hardscape and, oh, sorry, if that focus, do some actual hardscape and do something nice in there. Or just go in here, no hardscape, just soil and heavily planted, trim, make it pretty neat looking. So we'll see what goes on with that in the next one. So let me know in the comments below. Should I go with the very nano 4-gallon and go extremely heavily, densely planted in there, no hardscape? Or should I use the 15-gallon and go full-blown aquascape with stones, wood, everything? Let me know in the comments below. So yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun to use all those plants. I have 16 or 18 pots of plants in there. If I do that little 4-gallon, it's actually, bloop, that little guy, sorry the house is a mess. If I do that little 4-gallon, I'll stick with just those plants, that amount that's in there, because that's a lot of plants in that little tank. If I end up going with that bigger 15-gallon tank, I'll do some hardscape, and do some wood, some stone, and I will improve on the last one. I found some things about my new Escape now, in hindsight, that I would change or do differently. But without further ado, let's get these unboxed, go over my initial thoughts of this, and I'll get it set up on the tank. We'll start with a spin pipe, getting this out of the box. Not much to say about it. It's a glass spin pipe. It comes with a couple suction cups. It's packed pretty nicely. Now this first one right here is defective. The gap is too small, and you guys will see that when I start to set it up. Now moving on to the Inflow. It comes with this nice pipette. It's packaged nicely. It is a 1/2 inch diameter, which for non-Americans is 12/16 millimeters. Comes with the suction cups. Here's the Inflow, which is plastic. And I am kind of rushing through this and speeding it up because I was talking about this for about 12 minutes, which is just kind of unnecessary. But it comes with everything you need. The bottom, how you adjust the flow. That's plastic. The skimmer that slides in the top is also plastic. But it seems like very good quality. Everything's packaged very, very neatly. And that's about it for the unboxing. I mean, really, what else is there? So let's get this set up. So I just got my tank all clean. That's how it's looking. Looking pretty good. One of these snails keeps kind of uprooting some of these dwarf baby tears, but give it some time, see what happens. So the problem I'm gonna face now is my original outflow was over here, blowing this way, hitting my CO2 diffuser here, and circulating, all over the tank. The way these work, if I leave that there, the water is gonna come out this way, towards the glass and back that way. So it's not gonna flow and hit the CO2 diffuser. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna put it in this back corner. Ooh, I can't see. I think I'm gonna put it in that back corner with the Inflow also in that corner. That way it makes a full circulation in the tank. Outflow, inflow, same corner, circulation. And move the CO2 diffuser. This is that nice kind of, has this bend on it, so it will hang on the glass. Put this back in that corner and see how that does. Outflow, diffuser, inflow, should create a circulation. Let me get that set up and see. And there's something I noticed with this. This is where when you pay for the cheaper stuff, if I push this in all the way, it pretty much blocks that bottom slot completely. So I'm gonna have to pull that out a little bit. Just barely have that in there, like that. So now that bottom slot is kind of getting some flow. Now when you're pushing these hoses on, you want to be careful, because if you're holding this like that and really forcing it, really trying to pry it on there, this can break. I mean, look at reviews or videos, forums, whatever, these break pretty easily. It's pretty thin glass. But as long as you hold it, I would say hold the stock or the stem of the glass down here, push your tube on, no problem. Get it in there about 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, should be fine. But I'm gonna take this back out so I can route my hose. Well, you remember I said these things break easy? Well, I broke it. And I'll show you what happened. So the spacing in here, how small that gap is. So with that on there, let me get you a closer shot of that. I mean, you can see where the bend on this side would be hitting that glass. Sorry, I'm real shaky. Compared to where that suction cup is. It literally, what happened was it forced it out. I went to press the suction cup to seal it, and it just snapped from flex. So that's pretty unfortunate. I was kind of excited to use that, but I can move forward at least and show you the surface skimmer. Let me start off with the bad, and the reason I don't like them is how far out they stick from the glass. And I only have this ugly foam pre-filter on there because of all these little shrimps. I have shrimp fry all the time, and I don't like them getting sucked up into the filter, so that's why I have that on there. I've tried other methods. I've tried a mesh bag for filter media, and that was just, the holes were too small, so the little slits got clogged up way too fast. But let me show you what the pipette's for, how to get this actually working, because as you can see right now, it's not sucking any water. So what you do, I'm gonna get my hand way in here. You squeeze this pipette, get it underneath. Where are we at? And suck out some of that air. You can see that. Get it up in there. Sucking some of that air out. Oh, there we go. There's a couple bubbles left. And then give this a little push. Oh, now it's sucking all the way. You can see there's no air left, and it just wants to sink. So yeah, none of these holes are actually sucking any water in at all. It needs to be down just a little lower like that. Let's see. Nope, stuff's floating right by it. It's like these holes these slits are too skinny, so the water just kind of sits against them. Look, it's not even, the water's not going through them. So I gotta get it flowing somehow. So for the purpose of the video, I had to remove this pre-filter to play with this adjustment. I don't know if maybe my filter is just not strong enough. I don't know if you can tell, but I have this pretty much, the bottom pretty much all the way closed for the top to start getting any type of suction. So I got a new spin pipe. You can see I got it all set up. Got the Inflow with the skimmer set up. And after some playing with it, it's been set up for about a week now. After playing with it, it's functioning pretty well. Top of the water looks great. It never has a little film around there or any stuff floating around. Now with the spin pipe, I'm not sure if I have a clip. If I do, I'll put it in. If you're running CO2, I would recommend getting an inline diffuser or an inline atomizer. The plants are looking great. I honestly noticed a difference already within a week of just having the inline CO2 diffuser. It's the same one that I did an unboxing video for on my other tank. I liked it so much I got it for this tank. My drop checker is always perfect, but I'm really judging it on the plants. The plants, look at these stems. They are so overgrown within a week. Just, they're exploding. The AR Mini is gorgeous, but what I noticed the biggest difference is the dwarf baby tears. It just immediately, like the next day, started growing way more dense, way more green, way more lush. The Giant Rapin's back there, right here, turning into a giant bush. And yeah, everything's just doing really good. So without the inline diffuser, and I had just the regular, you know, CO2 diffuser in the tank, you pretty much have to have it directly underneath the spin pipe, so the bubbles will come up and get dispersed that way. And still, it would work. You can get away with that, but it wasn't the most efficient. And with the spin pipe and the CO2, I don't know if it can even pick any. You see the bubbles coming out? Now it seems like a lot of them are just going straight up to the surface, which they are, but at the same time, in the tube, the hose, with the bubbles getting in there and the water blowing, it's going crazy. A lot of that's getting dissolved before it even gets to the tank. So I think that's why I haven't adjusted the bubble count at all, and the CO2 I think is just doing a lot better. But final thoughts on this product, the Jardlii spin pipe, besides, you know, now that I got one that's not broke. And I will show a difference. Well, I don't know if I actually got any footage. The other one, there's a big difference in the gap between the bend and the stem, we'll call it. Like this one worked just fine with the suction cups, the other one didn't. Must have been defective. The Inflow, it works great. Now I don't like that position of it, but you know, looking at from over here, the bigger picture, it is kind of hidden back there. And again, I only have that pre-filter sponge on there because of all the shrimps. I have fry all the time. The shrimp actually love feasting on it, all the little stuff that builds up in there. And I like to save all the babies. So there you have it. I know this video was probably a lot longer than it needed to be for an unboxing setup review video, but I try to be as thorough as I can. See how beautiful the tank is. You can barely even see the filter over there. Like I was saying, I don't like how far off the glass it sticks, but you know, it's not so bad. The one thing I will say, which let me show you, I don't know if it's because that top inlet part is plastic, but it builds up algae pretty quick compared to the rest of it, which is glass. But there you have it. I'm pretty pleased with it. My tank is very happy with it. David is happy in there. I gotta clean the glass, it's a little dirty. That is not blowing him around anymore. He's a lot more free to roam. He's way more comfortable. I am gonna be trimming these stems right after this video, but he even likes that. He's like, that's the main purpose of all this, make my betta fish happy. And he is a lot happier now without, you know, the flow just going crazy. So if you have a heavily planted tank or an aquascape and you're looking to reduce the flow with an external filter, would I recommend the Jardlii spin pipe? Yes, I would. It's doing great. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys found this informative, or I don't know, just entertaining. Stick around, there's a lot of cool videos coming. Be sure to like this and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.